Hi everyone, I would just like to quickly go through the occupation list with you and how to determine whether this occupation would have a permanent pathway. So a very good reference website is ancestcode.com/search. So if you put on your occupation here, say sales and marketing manager, you can see whether this occupation, and that's ancestral code, whether this occupation has the occupation non-term permanent pathway. So you can see that a sales and marketing manager does not have a permanent pathway unless this occupation, this position you will be performing is in regional area. So 494 is a regional type of sponsorship work visa. Now, if normal under 186, that's no permanent pathway. It is for 482, it's on a short-term occupation list. So it means that the occupation you can only renew once under 482, with amounts to a total 4 years of visa, and you cannot renew a third 482 visa. So for this non-term, this is called. If you see the ticks here, it means that occupation it's on the non-term list here. If you see the tick here, it means that occupation is on the short-term occupation list. So we just give an example of the sales and marketing manager. Let's have a look. So this is a legislative instrument where it indicates which occupation is currently on the non-term occupation list or short-term occupation list. And very simple, and we just copy this NIN, for example, for NIN 19/048, and we put it in Google, and we put it in Google and then say legislative requirement. And then you come out this list, and then you can have a look a few lists here. This is non-term and short-term, medium and non-term occupation list. All the occupations here can apply 186 direct entry, can apply permanent visa, provided you have a positive skill assessment for that particular occupation. Okay, particularly you have to meet this requirement. But for some of the occupation, for example, has a caveat. Okay, so for example, chief. So manager director, we have a caveat as number 5. It can go down. What does number 5 mean? Number 5 is underneath here. It means that occupation, if the nominal occupation is less than 180,000, then you're not able to lodge that. Okay, if you have that, you cannot nominate yourself as manager. Okay, right. So you cannot nominate yourself as the managing director. Okay. So other occupations, so you can have a look. This is the occupation list that will have a permanent visa under 186. It is the same one. It is the same one whether your occupation list, for example, has a non-term occupation list, which is the same one as 482 has a non-term occupation, short-term list here on the occupation list here, and then 186 also has this. The same one, which is quite different, but we have a look. They actually quite the same in terms of legislative requirement. Okay, now we'll have a look. So this is the so you can have a look, and you can actually download it. We just download this one, the non-term occupation list. Again, this is the same one, okay, so same occupation list, same occupation we just mentioned. And why that's the difference? Because they want to say the same information into different search bar, so we have that same information. So if what we meant by regional occupation list, so for example, 494 is a regional occupation, so employer-sponsored regional occupation. If the company is in regional area, then you can nominate 486. And if there's someone, 494, if someone is nominated for 494, the visa will be granted for 5 years, and they have permanent pathway for 494 after 3 years working for the same company. Okay, so if you see ROL, it means if the company is located in regional, as your work will be performing in regional area, then it is that. It will have a permanent pathway after 3 years. So what is meant by regional Australia? So, okay, we can just quickly regional Australia postcode. Best way to do is go to the email account. Okay, designated area. So that's the two type of regional. Okay, that's, if you have a look about regional, we have different meaning of regional area. Okay, so this is a regional occupation list. It says here, it says that okay, that's really clearly about the access code in column 1 and column 2, and we go through this. If this is cities and major regional centers, then it is not regional area. Okay, so regional area, it means regional centers of our regional areas. So so they have very different for regional areas. So for example, regional area and other regional areas included designated regional area posted as per that. So only category 3 is regional area. So if we say it's in Queensland, that number postcode is regional, the others is not regional area. Okay, so if for example in Brisbane area, that's not regional area. Okay, now we want to make sure that some of the information is correctly received, but it's quite complex in terms of what it deemed by regional, and because we have another scheme called a DAMA. DAMA is actually it's a contractual agreement between the local council and the department, and they have a different occupation list. We want to make sure that if you want to search a DAMA, you need to go to different states. Say South Australia, they have a different occupation list. So you go to South Australia, you go to South Australia DAMA list. Okay, I think they have a DAMA list there. Yeah, DAMA occupation list. And they, under the DAMA occupation, for example, if the workplace is in Adelaide, then this occupation list will have a permanent pathway. And then you can actually nominate yourself under 186 direct entry. For occupation in other part of South Australia, not in Adelaide, then this is occupation list where you have a permanent pathway. You can see when they say permanent pathway means if you nominate under 494, yes, you have a permanent pathway after 3 years, or if you nominate that candidate under 186, then yes, that will be direct occupation, a direct permanent pathway. So each state has different, you just need to find them, because they don't provide this information to department. They provide into their own state. So each state has a DAMA list. So what you need to do is just go to different states, have a look about DAMA list and particular working area. I hope this helped. Thank you. Bye-bye.